was a great experience because especially of the highly diversified level of different contexts. We have been working with Lebanon, with Jordan, with Finland, with Spain, so totally different contexts, totally different cultural backgrounds, and yet we have found a common way of working in setting up the pilots for these strategies, inclusion strategies. So I think this was a very important improvement in the way we are working. Furthermore, we try to develop a methodology for managing these action research units, and we try to implement a common methodology, which was of course a big challenge because of the highly diversified context that we had to put in place.
RAISD really gave us the opportunity to be focused on individual needs, and one fits all really doesn't work, and we're really grateful for the experience with each of the ladies we had the pleasure to work with, for them to teach us on how to approach them at best and to be one community only instead of we as host community and you as newcomer. We found all you can learn and all you can integrate small knowledge community here at CESIE.
Of this, let's say that TAIS or implementation or a program, it's that, let's say that it presents in the COVID-19 period. Okay, especially many of the people, they cannot access physically or in person to the psychological support, the services. Okay, the system can provide the psychological services online, as well as the number of the people they need the psychological service increases in the COVID-19 period. So we are in Jordan, we in states to using such of these the system to the support this let's say that vulnerability group or community in Jordan.
What we learned is building, constructing and deconstructing our assumptions. So we learned to be responsive, which was a concept that we were well aware of, but also thanks to the capacity building that the RAISD project offered, we embedded the concept of co-designing and responsiveness of responsible research and innovation.
It was really good to work with representatives of other NGOs. So there was a network of NGOs working together in the Action Research Unit, and that kind of coordination was very useful for all professionals because everybody looks at the topic from a slightly different angle. So discussing the findings and discussing the work is really important for everybody.
I cannot remember the names, and actually they're not important, but some people said that I had very strong prejudices about those people, but now I really step on the ground that I really see that we have to change our practices, we have to change our prejudices, stereotypes, or stigma, let's say. So they were very, to the hearts, to the minds, they were very strong feedbacks from the people. And at the same time, it was not from us, but it was from the local government point of view that we realized that we have to keep working on developing how we can monitor, how we can develop monitoring tools, how we can actually establish hubs, how we can do. So the demand came from, not from us as the project makers, so the demand came from the people themselves, the service providers, in relation to vulnerable groups.
It is challenging to use collaborative work methods, but it is worth the try because that is the way you can really tailor attention and inclusion strategies or any social intervention program to the needs and to the special context of vulnerability of the beneficiary group. It has been a very interesting project, working with the people from different countries and different cultures, religions, backgrounds, and different needs and contexts. So it has been very, very enriching for me at personal level and professional level. I have learned a lot from the partners, from the beneficiaries, and all the collaborators.
If you want to develop services or develop different interventions for different groups of people, you have to be involved or engage with the people themselves from the very beginning. And this was quite obvious in this case as well. To get things done, to get people involved, to get people excited about something, you have to be with them. You have to interact with them, you have to talk with them, and you have to ask them to give feedback, even critical feedback, and even feedback that could be devastating with your work, and you have to change almost everything. And this is something I think I learned.
Our collaboration throughout the whole process had been tremendous. It added an extra value, sustainability leadership, especially in detecting vulnerable VGs, designing the TAIS and working in the evaluation criteria and process. I can quote, our ARU was definitely one of the success factors of the LEU or LIU TAIS and the area of Bekaa close to Syria. It was an amazing ride throughout the years.